Hey guys, this is TechWizX and welcome to part 2 of my Super Mario Memories collab video. I hope you enjoy.
Hey gamers, what's up? Muzz here from L1 Games. Today we're talking about our introduction into the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. And for me it went back a little bit further to this, the original Mario Bros. Arcade. When I was a kid, there was one of these right down the street from my house at a restaurant called the Old Mohawk, which ironically later in life I ended up working at. I was a pastry chef there among other things. And we used to sneak in the back door to this little back area of the restaurant and pump quarters into this machine like crazy. Thing is, they would kick us out because we were totally loud and obnoxious, and they'd have to kick us out of there probably 3 times a week. It was hilarious, but this was what started it for me in the Mario franchise. And later on, when Super Mario Bros. Came out on the NES, I just wanted it so bad, and my parents somehow, as poor as we were, scraped together the funds and managed to get me an NES with Super Mario Bros. For that Christmas. I'll just never forget, this is what led into it, and then that became one of the driving forces in me playing video games and becoming a video game vendor, and just, it really changed the course of my life as a whole. And it all started right here.
Super Mario for me had one of the biggest impacts in my video game life. I remember vividly the Christmas that I got an NES and Super Mario Bros. Prior to that, the only real video gaming experience I'd had was on the Atari 2600. I'd played Space Invaders and I'd played Smurfs as well. So when Super Mario Bros. Came along, it blew my mind. I still remember putting our little CRT TV on the dining room table and hooking up the NES. And then me and my sister sat down and started playing Super Mario Bros. And we were there for hours all Christmas. I still remember my mum having to drag us away just so she could put the Christmas dinner out. And then as soon as it was done and the table was cleared, the NES was back on there and we were hammering Super Mario Bros. The thing for me was the graphics looked amazing at the time, and it was such a polished experience. The way Mario handled and the interaction with the enemies was phenomenal. The first time I got the fireballs, the first time I got an invincibility star, the first time I saw Bowser, all of those moments were so impactful. And Super Mario Bros. Showed me that video games can be more than just a game. They can be a world. They can be an experience. They can be a story. And from that point on, I never looked at video games the same again. And that's why for me, my first experience of Super Mario Bros. Was one of the best experiences in video games ever. Now I want to say a huge thank you to TechWizX for having me on his channel and letting me be part of this epic collaboration.
Hey, what's up everyone? Johntendo 64 here, and thanks TechWiz for having me part of your collab. So, out of all the memories that I could pick over all the years and all the games and stuff like that, honestly, my favorite Mario memories gotta be playing New Super Mario Bros. Wii with my cousins. Now, I have autism, so does my brother, but when we were younger, the 3 of us would always, get together and play this game, and it taught me how to communicate, not just with them, but with the world around me in a bit of a different way than I was able to really learn on my own. This game pretty much always brought us together whenever we'd want to play. I mean, those of you who have siblings or even just cousins, I'm sure you know how it is, sibling rivalries get the best of you sometimes, we didn't always see eye to eye, but when we sat down to play this game, that was it. It was a wrap. We squashed all of that beef, and it was just us trying to focus on getting through every level. I mean, yeah, sometimes we throw each other off the stage, or like I would press somebody's Wii remote, I'd press the A button to turn them into a bubble because they were annoying me. But you get the gist. But yeah, it's gotta be New Super Mario Bros. Wii for me. I wonder what everybody else has to say.
Hey everyone, Gary here from Rock Solid Productions. I want to thank TechWizX for inviting me on his channel to be a part of sharing my favorite moments from Super Mario over 35 years. And as you can guess behind me, Super Mario World, my favorite memory of the entire genre. And here's why. So back when this came out, there was another kind of important launch around the same time, Metallica's Black Album. That's right, my memories of playing Super Mario World is listening and cranking and just headbanging to Metallica's Black Album. I actually had hair down to here at that point in time. No pictures exist. But it was one of those that I absolutely just buried myself in this game. Now, one other important aspect for Super Mario World for me is this came out when I was a freshman in high school. Shortly after I got my Super Nintendo and Super Mario World, my mom got re-diagnosed with cancer again. She had initially had breast cancer, and then we discovered ovarian cancer. And me spending time in Super Mario World was a distraction that I needed while my parents were struggling with what was going on, while my mom was going through chemotherapy again. It was a thing that I needed, my escape, to get through that situation. And as weird as it sounds, I am thankful that I had Super Mario World to distract me from what was going on. Now, by the time I finished high school, shortly thereafter, we did actually lose my mom. But it's one of those things that I think of her often, and I think of her yelling at me to turn down that damn Metallica as I'm playing Super Mario World in my escape. That is my favorite. I know it's kind of bleak, kind of dark, but it's one of those, it's a funny memory that I have of my mom in a way that I can always remember and look back fondly on Super Mario World.
What's my favorite Super Mario memory? I guess it has to be around when Super Mario Bros. 3 came out, because that game had so much fanfare surrounding it that I, as a kid, I was only 8 or 9 at the time when it came out, that it was just something that you'd never seen before. Like, sure, Pac-Man Fever had come a lot before my time, but when Super Mario Bros. 3 came out, it was in a movie, The Wizard, there was a big commercial about it, and then when it finally came out, then you had McDonald's toys. Everywhere was just Mario Bros. 3, and it had that big, nice yellow box with him in his raccoon suit. So that's just my favorite Mario memory, because I was just a kid at the time, and seeing Mario in a big landscape that wasn't just my specific wheelhouse was a really cool thing to see.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Right Way. Super Mario Galaxy is such a phenomenal game. I love every aspect of this game. I played so many hours of this. The music is so outstanding. Traveling from world to world with Mario in amazing new ways. I mean, the way that you travel from a world and you go up and around, mind-blowing. They really outdid themselves with this game. Super Mario Galaxy for Nintendo Wii. Go out and get it. And always remember, play your Mario games the right way. See you later.
So first off, a huge thanks to TechWiz for having me on for this collab. I really appreciate it. But let's go ahead and dive right into my favorite Mario memory. Now, by all rights, I could have gone with something like the first time I saw Mario's stretchy face in Mario 64, which completely blew my mind, or, the first time I rented Super Mario Bros. 2 at this little mom-and-pop video shop in the small town where I grew up, but instead, I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros. 3. So back in 1989, this objectively terrible, but honestly pretty endearing movie called The Wizard came out, and the biggest draw aside from that dreamy Christian Slater was the fact that we got our first look at gameplay of Super Mario Bros. 3. So naturally, every Nintendo kid that I knew was super excited to finally play the third entry in the Mario Bros. Series. Fast forward to a few months later, my parents finally got me the game, and I spent dozens upon dozens of hours trying to beat this game, but like a lot of people, I was struggling with World 8. So after hours and hours of diligent play, I'd finally perfected my route to Bowser, and on this one particular night, I was right there at Bowser's castle, and I was pretty sure I'd figured out how to get to him, and then at that moment my dad burst in to tell me it was time for bed and hit the power button on my NES. But crucially, I was able to talk him into continuing to hold in the power button on the NES, because as you know, if you hit the power button on the NES but you don't release it, the system will continue to run. And my dad did the unthinkable and kindly stood there holding that button in for the better part of an hour until I could finally beat the game. So there you have it. That is one of, if not my absolute favorite Mario memory. Again, Tech, thanks so much for having me on. It was really fun to kind of go back and explore those memories and fire up the NES Classic so I could kind of relive the struggles that I went through when I was like 8 years old.
Well, I guess it's my turn to talk about my favorite Super Mario Bros. Memory. I was first introduced to Mario all the way back in the early 80s playing Donkey Kong in the arcades, as well as Donkey Kong Jr. and Mario. But my true love for Super Mario Bros. Started when I received my NES with Super Mario Brothers. This platformer was the most amazing thing I've ever saw in my whole life, and my love for Nintendo grew from that moment on. So happy 35th anniversary to Super Mario Brothers, and here's to many more.
Yo, this is your man Chips and Sticks with my man Squirtle, and your man TechWiz asked me to tell you about my best memory with Mario. So, of course, the 35th anniversary was recently, and I just have to say that my best memory, I've kind of like grown up with Mario, but my best memory is when I played Sunshine. So the reason why I have the best memory with Sunshine is because as a youngin', I managed to get Sunshine with my own money. Yes! Couldn't wait to get my hands on it. When I had gotten a GameCube, it was a little bit after that I actually had an after-school program job. Basically, working a few hours every day, 5 days a week, and the game was, a good chunk of my check. So, when I got it, I just popped it in and I was playing it, and I was just so amped that I bought my own, Mario game, or my own game actually, with my own money, and it was Mario. It was Mario Sunshine, and that was actually one of the first Mario games that I've ever gotten really close to beating. And it just brought me so much joy, so much fun, so much laughter, playing with some of my friends. That's pretty much it. Mario Sunshine is my official first Mario game with my own money, and it was a blast on the GameCube, and I'm so glad that I managed to pick it up for 3D All-Stars. TechWiz, thank you for having me on this. I'll holler at you later.
Hi everyone, my name is Stinky Blue Rat. That's not my actual name, but that's just my channel name. Please subscribe. And I'm here to talk about my favorite Mario memory. This memory came in the form of a disc that contained a game that was known as Super Mario Galaxy. My favorite, my all-time favorite Super Mario game.
Super Mario Galaxy was just one of those games that sparked my imagination so much as a kid. And for each level, there's always gonna be something new waiting for you. Anyways, my story begins when I was playing Super Mario Galaxy, and I finally got to the last boss, Bowser, that turtle thing. I had some trouble with the level itself, but it was fine. I got through with it. No, the part that I struggled with was fighting Bowser. Yeah, it was pain for me. I have no idea why. Maybe my little child brain just couldn't handle so much intensity. I then started to complain because I couldn't beat Bowser, and my dad overheard me and he asked if I was okay. And I just told him,
"Father, I'm very sad. I cannot beat this turtle. I'm very sad. Just cry, cry."
He then told me that I should take a break for a few minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, but I don't know how this is gonna help me at all, but alright, I guess. After a quick break with my family, I went back to my game. And oh my god, I never felt so happy in my life. I finally beated Bowser after taking that break. It was probably one of my most greatest achievements ever.
And that was my favorite Mario memory. All thanks to this amazing game. Oh. Shoot. Oh, shoot. Why is this open? Oh. This is not the game.
Yo, what's going on? The name Rifle Knights, and we have Rainbow with me. So I want to thank TechWiz for inviting us over for this huge Super Mario celebration. And one of the greatest cute bow, baby. And one of the greatest memories that I have on the game was when I was a kid. My mother does not play any video games. She hates video games and was never a fan of them. But she always loved to play Mario. And I remember as a kid, late at night, we would play as a family. It was an awesome feeling to watch my mother play Mario games. She loved it. That's probably one of the greatest memories, aside from all the other ones I have, that stick with me, because I was literally, 5 years old. And that's one of the things that stay with me. So, talking too much? Sorry. I guess my baby girl wants to talk now.
I like playing video games with my daddy.
So now I get to enjoy that with my family. My kids love, I have 5 daughters by the way, and all of them love gathering around the TV and having a good evening playing Super Mario games, retro or modern. So again, I want to thank you, TechWiz, for inviting us over. It's been a pleasure. We're out of here. Peace.
Hello everyone, I am Dag, and though I had a lot of amazing memories with Mario, my favorite one has to be the Super Mario Odyssey launch line. Not only did it define the beginning of my YouTube channel, it also showed me for the first time the amazing community that is the Nintendo community. I will never forget being first in line and talking with all the fans, everyone being super excited for this fantastic game, singing Jump Up Superstar at 12 AM in front of everyone. That was just amazing.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike from the Retro Collectors. And my favorite gaming memory for the Mario franchise is Mario 64. I had an absolute blast playing this game when I was a kid. Being able to visit worlds in a 3D environment was mind-boggling for me. I remember being able to play Mario 1 through 3 and playing the game from left to right and finding all its secrets were really revolutionary for the time. But playing Mario 64 took it to a whole new level. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's in my top 3 of all time and it'll never change. Mario 64 goes down as the most revolutionary game and step up in graphics of any console or any game before it. From a 2D environment to the 3D world, we've never seen something like that. Here's to another 35 more years.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Switch and I want to talk to you guys about my favorite Mario memories. I got several, but I got 2 as my favorite ones. And I want to start off right away with driving to New York City from Chicago, 15-hour trip just to go to the Super Mario Odyssey event and just being a part of the celebration. I got to meet the Nintendo Power couple, Reggie also as well. I got to wear my Switch controller outfit. It was a great time. I had a marvelous experience with just how awesome everyone was there and just celebrating everything we love about Mario. Let's go for my main one. The biggest one would be when I was 16 years old. Now I'm 40 right now. So when I was 16 years old, I remember my first paycheck from Six Flags Great America and going straight for what I wanted. And that was the same time that Nintendo 64 and the Super Mario 64 came out. And I played the game, I enjoyed the game, and it was awesome. But just the feeling that I had when I was driving to the location to pick up the system, but just getting that Super Mario 64 was just a memorable experience. To be super excited for something I knew I was gonna love and cherish, and I still do now. Even as we got the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I can relive that again, and it's a great time. But other than that, just when I was 16 years old and just that experience, I want to let you guys know that it was nostalgia right there, even as I think about it now. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick clip, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Hey guys, Joshua Michael French here with SwitchCore and East Asia Soft, wanting to wish the Super Mario Brothers franchise a very happy 35th anniversary. I've had a ton of great memories with this franchise, all the way back to the NES original, and then Super Mario Brothers 2, one of my personal favorites. And you can't forget that the reveal of Super Mario Brothers 3 in the Fred Savage movie, The Wizard, was fantastic, blew us all away at the time. And I actually have this on Laserdisc. Super Mario Bros. 3, after seeing that movie, got us so hyped, and we finally got to play it, and it was easily one of the greatest games of all time. Then and now, it has definitely stood the test of time, but I gotta admit, I fell out of love with the franchise for quite some time. I didn't give the plumber his rightful place in my collection for quite some time, and instead ceded it to Sonic the Hedgehog, which a lot of y'all know. But I'm glad that the Switch has been a console of second chances, because I've finally gotten to get back into the franchise with Super Mario Odyssey. I love that game. And of course that made me want to pick up Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and that means I'm revisiting some games that I had skipped. I didn't really play a lot of Super Mario 64 when it came out. Actually, I didn't play a lot of N64 period, except for whenever I was going over to a buddy's house that had one. At the time, I got one much later when I went to college, and we toyed around with Super Mario 64, but the 3D shift just didn't do it initially. So I even skipped all the way up to Super Mario Galaxy, and I'm finally getting to revisit those that I had skipped. But my favorite memories of all were of Super Mario World, and that's because it was my first game on Super NES. I got it for my birthday many moons ago. Spent tons of hours on it with my best friend Jason, and then later revisited it with my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife. And now my daughter is getting to play it. She loves Yoshi because she's all about some dinosaurs, and he's just cool to ride around. And I think just knowing what they built from Super Mario Bros. 3, going into the 16-bit era with Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario World, it was a huge expansion on the concept, on the universe, on the lore, if you want to get that serious about Super Mario Brothers. And it offered everything that the classic NES titles did, but then brought so much more to the table. And that's what made it so memorable for me. And then built a huge Super NES collection on top of that, because I was so enraptured with it. So at the time, that had my complete attention. Now it's got the attention of my daughter, and my wife still plays it some. So that's part of what Nintendo is all about, getting to enjoy your favorite video games with your family. And I think that it's definitely worthy of some recognition on this 35th anniversary.
What's up, guys? It's Woodman here, and I gotta say, just to start, happy freaking birthday, Mario. 35 years? I mean, come on, you got 5 on me already. I also want to say, thanks for having me here, TechWiz. It's pretty exciting to be here with all these awesome content creators, so thanks again for putting this all together and, reaching out and everything. Gosh, what can I say about Mario? Like I said, 35 years. This man has been in more genre-defining games than possibly any other character in the entire scope of gaming. He has done sports games, platformers, RPGs, and honestly, pretty much everything else in between. Painting games, the stuff on the CDI, we don't... But, I decided I was going to come and talk a little bit about my experiences with the man himself. The plumber, we all know where he started and everything like that, but for me, he started playing the original one on Super Mario Brothers on NES. I played it at a friend's house of my mom's when we were over there. My first console that was actually my own was a Super Nintendo, and you best believe that I played Super Mario World until I couldn't play it anymore, which is a lie because I'm still playing it. It was one of those games that you could just play over and over and over again. Similar around that same time, that's when I started to find a love for RPGs. My first RPG that I really played a whole lot of was honestly Earthbound. It was pretty cool. My mom would sit with me and actually sit and just read all that dialogue with me and all that stuff. It was a really awesome experience for me, and actually there got to be a point where my mom kind of had to be like, hey, I can't sit here for 4+ hours just reading this for you, and I actually kind of taught myself how to read in order to play and enjoy RPG games. I love them so much. So when I actually got my hand on Super Mario RPG, the 7-Star Saga, I believe that's one of those, it was a huge game for me. It really took this big, expansive, a little bit confusing for my age group genre and condensed it into something that had you paying more attention in battle with the time button presses. It had so much character, and I'm pretty sure the first time ever you could play as Bowser. So, I mean, the game had a fantastic story. It had a great world, characters, everything. Even nowadays, it still holds up. Even in the scope of Mario RPG games, I'm a Superstar Saga. That's what it is, Superstar Saga. I'm one of those guys. I love Paper Mario. I love Thousand Year Door. They are absolutely amazing. Maybe it's a little bit of nostalgia, but Superstar Saga really pushes itself ahead of the other ones. Just overall feel, really. The Paper Mario games are also absolutely fantastic. I remember playing the first one on 64 and just being blown away by the aesthetic and how they managed to make the genre even more accessible without dumbing down on the complexities of combat. They just kind of lowered the numbers and made customization and stuff a little bit more understandable, taking experience and making it just going 0 to 100 no matter what You know, so we're not dealing with millions of experiences, which can be a little bit daunting for someone who's a little younger or just getting into the genre. That's probably my strongest Mario memories, is what I have with that, because I always am coming back to it, and I'm always re-examining the things that Superstar Saga did for the genre, and for me as a young, ripe RPG player, just getting into it and everything. And I mean, now, God, RPGs are just the absolute best. I have so many different ones, and I collect for so many different systems, and I might not have fallen so in love with the genre if I didn't have the 1-2 punch of Earthbound and then Superstar Saga right after another. I don't have it right now handy because it's put away right now. I just moved, so I'm still unpacking a little bit, but I actually still have my copy of Superstar Saga, and it has my mom's handwriting with my name right on the front. It's one of those things that someone told me to erase once, and I was like, you're out of your mind. That's an awesome personal gift. And I wouldn't have that without Mario. So, happy 35th birthday, man. I can't wait to see what everyone else has to say, and here's to 35 more. Let's get Odyssey 2. Alright? Thanks everyone, and thanks again TechWiz. I really appreciate you having me on here, and I hope to be involved in more things. Thanks. Bye-bye.
JP Switch Mania. Hey everybody, I'm JP, and I just wanted to share quickly one of my favorite Mario memories, and ironically enough, it has to do with the Nintendo Switch. And this is a memory that kind of just took over from, you know, what I was gonna say initially, and that's really my son, who's almost 5 years old, playing Mario 1. Now he's playing, you know, on the Switch, not on the original NES, but when he got to level 2-2, which you know, that music just brought back so many memories, because I remember playing it, you know, when I was a kid with my sister, and to watch my son play it was just amazing, and, you know, flooded me back with all those memories, and now it's really a full circle where my son is playing games that I played at his age. So I just think that's awesome. That's definitely one of my favorite memories. It's also one of the best Mario games ever made, because that's where it all started from, really. So that's the memory that I want to share with everybody, and of course it's on the Nintendo Switch. JP Switch Mania.
Hey everybody, Barry here, and TechWiz invited me to be part of this Mario collaboration, and I'm so honored. So let's talk a little bit about my favorite, most memorable Mario moment was honestly when I first saw Super Mario Brothers. As a child, I grew up with the Atari, I grew up with Commodore, and I knew Mario from Donkey Kong and the original Mario Brothers, but when I first saw Super Mario Brothers at a friend's house on his NES, I was blown away. I just fell in love with this game. I wanted nothing more than to play this game, and anytime I went over anyone's house, that's all I played, because I didn't have a Nintendo. My parents were like, no, you have Atari, you don't need a Nintendo, and that's all I wanted to do was play Super Mario Brothers. There was even a time when I would pay kids quarters just to play, as if it was an arcade game, because I wanted to play it so badly. So when I finally owned the game, I played it to death, of course, and ever since then, Mario has been a staple in my life. Absolutely love most of the games that have come out, and still to this day when a new Mario comes out, it's a cherished moment. So happy birthday, Mario, happy 35 years, and here's to infinite more.
Hey guys, this is Sari Torres from the channel The Pixel Slayers, and I'm going to talk to you about my favorite Mario game, which oddly enough doesn't even have Mario in it, which is Wario Land, aka Super Mario Land 3. I played this game for the first time when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. My brother had a Game Boy, and it was actually this exact same Game Boy. And I played this on road trip, and I remember having to angle the screen towards the light while the sun was setting. And I thought this game was so hard back in the day. I could barely get past the first world. And I replayed it a couple months ago. It took me a couple hours to beat the whole thing. And it's just amazing how games grow with us. And yeah, this was my first real Mario experience, is Wario Land for Game Boy. So if you haven't played it, check it out. It still holds up pretty well, and that's my Mario experience.
Hi, my name's Aubrey. Imagine yourself on Christmas Eve, where the only thing on your Christmas list was a Nintendo Wii. Your mother is waiting online at Toys R Us in the blistering cold. She just made it in time to be a part of the few that could walk out with a Nintendo Wii out of 100 customers. She had to choose one game to buy for you for that new console. She reaches out and points her finger to that one game, Super Mario Galaxy for the Nintendo Wii. And that is my Mario memory. The idea that my family went through so much during Christmas became the happiest moment of my life. I ran around the house, I screamed, I cried, and all out of joy. And I might have pissed my pants a little bit, I can't guarantee you that. Anyways, I was so excited that I got to enjoy this new game that I ignored everyone in the house. I was moving around, shaking my Wii remote, playing this awesome new game to enjoy all by myself. The smooth movements and the mechanics just fit so well with the theme of the game. By the time the family left my house, I was already halfway through the game. That's how much I enjoyed it. It was just such a magical experience for me. And that is my Mario memory.
G'day, Brian here from Synth Spaces, and as you guys know, I'm pretty much Team Sega, but I've been known to dabble in Nintendo over the years, of course. In fact, I bought a Super Nintendo while working for Sega on the lunch break, and I came back with the Super Nintendo, and everyone thought I'd lost the plot, but I was a gamer first. I am a gamer first and a Sega fanboy second. But when it comes to Mario Brothers, now I saw Mario Brothers being played on the NES at a shop, and I thought it looked awesome. But it wasn't enough to get me hooked on to buy an NES. I saw Super Mario Brothers free, and again, I was not overly impressed. It wasn't until I got myself a Super Nintendo during that lunch break at Sega, and I started playing Mario World, Super Mario World, and I was hooked. I ended up playing it non-stop. I completed it. I got all the 96, I think it is, stars. I maxed it out, and I've been a Mario fan ever since. I still think Sonic's better, but I have a soft spot for Mario as well.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Triforce. What's up, TechWizX? Long time no see. Just want to give you a shout out, and I want to give you my favorite Mario moment to celebrate or commemorate 35 years in Mario's illustrious career in gaming. For this particular commemoration, I don't think I can actually give one. I'm going to probably have to just give you three, because I can't pick which one is the best. But we'll start with, and none of this is in order, so we'll just start randomly. The first one I would pick is playing the original. Let's see what it says, original, 1981. Mario Brothers. They made Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Switch by Arcade Archives. We dropped the game out, I think, about 2 years ago. And at the time, the game, well, it followed the arcade perfectly. So the maximum score you can actually have that appears on the actual screen is 999,990. If you bop the turtle at that point, it resets your score to 0. So that was the perfect score you could only have, is those 9 straight across with the 0. And I was able to get that, and Guinness recognized it as the first perfect score for the original Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Switch through Arcade Archives. I got put in the Guinness Book of World Records for that. So that was definitely a favorite moment for me regarding Mario. And I gotta start with the original, outside of Donkey Kong, obviously. My second one would be versus Super Mario Brothers, the arcade, when I did my first no-death run. And I submitted it to Walter Day's Twin Galaxies. I was at Richie Knuckles Arcade. This was really good. This was a long time coming and stuff like that. I played so many countless hours. I need to get back to that game. Yeah, I'll get back to that game eventually. But I stood in the arcade, I played for days, and I did a no-death run, and I recorded it. I submitted it to Twin Galaxies. It was the first official recorded no-death run, recorded. The other people have done a no-death run before. It's not like I'm the first, but it's the first one ever, no death, recorded, and it set the Guinness World Record and the Twin Galaxies World Record at 2.7 million at that time. The high scores changed now, it's in the 3 millions and change and whatnot. But so that was another favorite moment for me, and that's for Super Mario Brothers. And then finally, this is a more sociable one, the one that I really hold close, because got other gamers involved, and that's when I did the launch for Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. I was the first in the line for it. The memories for that was godlike, especially except for the one where I'm doing the jumping and I'm bouncing in the trampoline on the little island that they set up a little Mario Land island at Times Square for all the people waiting in line for the game to launch, and I got in it and I was playing in it like a big kid. That was definitely a good one, but I met a lot of good friends on the line and stuff like that, and a lot of people came by. We even did a food drive. I was with one of my teammates for Empire Arcadia, Deadly Alliance West. Big shout outs to Antoine out there, and while we were waiting on the line, we decided to raise some food for a local pantry that we gave it out to. Big shout outs to SOS Gamers for helping us put that together. But yeah, those are my 3 favorite moments to commemorate Mario's 35th anniversary for the new Mario, Super Mario 35 game that's out. I know a lot of people want me to play it. I know it's free to download. I will eventually get to the download on it, guys, but you guys gotta understand. Last year, I played a Battle Royale, and I don't like competition as much as when I did when I was younger. The games get too competitive, and then I want to no-life it because I want to be one of the top rank and all this other stuff, and it took so much effort to do that last year. I really don't want to do that again. So when I do eventually get the game, it's going to be casual. It's probably a pick up and play, just to play the game and have an experience for it, but I'm not going to go hard like I did when it was for Tetris. But outside of that, those are my 3 favorite Mario experiences I've ever had. This is a big shout outs to TechWizX. I hope you enjoyed this video. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to his channel. Help this guy grow as a YouTuber, great content creator out here. I want to give some content out to him, so that's why I'm supporting him on this. So make sure you drop those likes and those subscriptions on the bottom, and leave a comment and stuff like that. Let me know what you think about my top 3. All right, check you guys out later.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody that contributed to my Super Mario Bros. Video collab Part 2. Until then, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.